Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Venom issue number 9. Okay, so let's get into who actually made this Venomy goodness so we can actually start talking about the comic book. Donny Cates is on writing, Ryan Stegman on pencils, J.P. Mayer on inks, Frank Martin on colors, VC's Clayton Cowles letters, Ryan Stegman, J.P. Mayer, and Edgar Delgado do the cover, and Bill Sienkiewicz does the Fantastic Four Villains variant cover art, title page design, Anthony Gambino. Okay, so Eddie is on a trip on a bus to San Francisco, and this dude comes up to him and is like, hey man, do you mind if I sit next to you? Because like the old woman in the back, yeah man, like she just keeps on rattling on and on about her grandkids. And it's like, I'm so sick of it. She just keeps on talking. She won't shut up. She just keeps talking. So please let me sit down next to you. I'm going to need you to move your dog. No, seriously, dude, I need you to, like, your dog doesn't need to take up a whole seat. He's not even supposed to be on the bus. Like, I need you to move the dog. Because I need to sit because the woman in the back, she just keeps on blah, blah, blah talking. And it's like, dude, oh my God, do you not realize that you're now the old woman? So anyway, that was actually a pretty fun little interaction. There's one more interaction in this comic book. I'm telling you, man, for like only having 2 specific scenes in this entire comic book, a lot happened. But like when I'm describing it now, I'm thinking not a lot happened, but it was still exciting. So basically the dog, Eddie Brock's dog, is the symbiote. It's like just pure symbiote. There's no dog there at all. It's all symbiote. You know, it's reduced in capacity, so I guess dog actually works. It's only really good at guarding at this point. So anyway, he goes and he talks to his dad. That's the reason why he went up to San Francisco. He's all like, Daddy, I'm sorry that in issue number 7 and 8, it was reminded that I came up here when I was hurt, and then all of a sudden the maker came and like kidnapped me and jacked some people up and stuff. I'm sorry, my bad. Anyway, like he doesn't remember any of that stuff. And his dad's like, I don't actually care. This isn't your home. You can't come here. Go away. We don't like you here. So he's just like, Dad, why are you talking to me like that? And listen, I can go into the whole thing, but there's 2 other ways. 2 very specified ways for you to figure out exactly what happened here. One is to read the comic book. The second, and it might actually be easier to understand what happened, if you go look up the Genesis song, Phil Collins in Genesis, No Son of Mine, because holy crap, that was that song. I'm pretty sure they were using the words directly cut from that song, man. Anyway, and that would probably be a great playlist for this now that I think about it. So, the big topic of conversation here is he brings up his sister. You know what I'm saying? Ever since Mary died from breast cancer, you know, like, it's really messed up. Now, for those of you who don't know, there was a very short storyline where Eddie actually had a sister named Mary Brock. And she died in one of the old Nova issues. It was like a crossfire kind of situation. It's kind of tragic. It was sad. It was a tear fest. Shut up. Anyway, it had explained in there that Mary was actually his younger sister. The problem is that Eddie's mom died giving birth to him. And this was supposed to be a full sister. So the big question was, wait, I don't get it. And it had to have been a full sister because Eddie's dad never got with anybody else since, at least during the time of that comic book. So it was a big continuity kerfluffle. And then suddenly somebody came along later and said, oh no, I think it was Venom Dark Origins or something like that. It was like, oh no, actually what we meant to say was that Mary was his older sister. And they just pretty much forgot about Mary because like, okay, just stop talking about Mary. People will eventually forget about her. Then Donny Cates comes along and says, yeah, I don't think so. So, what do you call it, man? They're bringing it up, and Eddie's dad doesn't remember Mary. Now, that's actually kind of a big deal. The other big deal is it turns out that Eddie's got a younger brother. What? So, that's actually going to be interesting now. Apparently, Eddie's daddy got busy with somebody else at some point or another. And we don't know what happened to the mom. We don't know any of that stuff, but the little brother, he's got an interesting proposition for Eddie. And I'm a little bit scared as it stands, man. Like, what the heck is up with the Brock family? Thank God I didn't come from the Brock family, brah. Anyway, this was, as you can expect, a solid comic book. Man, ain't nothing boring in this comic book. You got a gorgeous cover of the Simba dog, like screaming at you, trying to bark at you, bite your freaking face off. You've got some gorgeous art in here. Just look at the design here. this design, man, this is just absolutely gorgeous, you know? And if you were looking at the earlier pages, the layouts and the way that the shadow play is worked on this, it's just gorgeous, man. Wow, I really love this. So pretty much anything that you point to in this comic book, you're going to be like, oh, wow, that's really good. Like, you get some serious emotion up in this comic book. Like, just people are possessed. Anyway, more than that, the characters are actually believable. The argument is believable. Every single thing that happens in this comic book, besides the symbiote dog that's eating a door, basically. Oh, spoiler. Everything was believable. Because just, man, great play on characters, great play on human emotion, and just great play on family dynamics, you know, and the breaking down of family. This was, again, just a really solid issue. All right, you're going to grab it anyway, so I don't need to fluff this. Anyway, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.